Okay guys, it's early morning, so I don't know if I have my speaking voice at all, but I'm gonna try. This is Eve with BlackYard Gardens. It's early Sunday and I just kind of wanted to go over some of the stuff that I had planted yesterday. It wasn't just me, it was my mom and I. And I was really proud of it. And I was thinking about, still got to work on this guy right here though. Still need to work a little bit. But it was stuff that we had planted and stuff that I'm growing and that we got done yesterday. My planter boxes, we got done yesterday. And I kind of wanted to go over for all the new gardeners, even the continuing gardeners, I kind of wanted to go over what was seed, what I planted from seed, and what I planted from transplants, meaning I went to the garden nurseries and just went and bought them. So everything's not done and everything's not perfect, but when I tell you I was so grateful for my mom coming over and helping me, like, I don't even know what to say. So let's go over a little bit of what we did yesterday and a little bit of what's in the garden and how it got there. So if I do, I'm gonna start here. I'm gonna turn you around to my container garden. Now this isn't set up the way I'm gonna have it, but I wanted to show you because I know a lot of people do winter gardening, winter sowing. And I wanted to show you guys this. These are beets. And those are winter sown beets. So when it rains and all that, they get watered because they have the, the little hole open. They've been out, I'm trying to think of when I actually sowed them. I think at least since like February. And these are beets as well. I really wanted to grow some beets. So, because I've sowed them before, but I haven't grown them successfully yet. Some of these things I've moved, like these over here, and it's starting to flower. I've moved into some of these containers just to preserve them. Like I had extras. This is collards. I had extra collards, so I put them in there. I want to clean these up and put them back into I put them in my long bed over here. This one doesn't have a name yet, but we will name this bed. But I'm gonna put them, I think I'm gonna put them in there because it's gonna, if you can see the square boxes that are my herb, well, they're primarily my herb boxes. They kind of will look good with that, is what I was thinking. Okay, so we're gonna get it. So I wanted to show you those because that's how strong they grew. And all I had to do was put some seed starting mix and the beet seeds in there, and they've done that so far. And I'm gonna move them around in the garden later. So I wanted you to see how easy that was. I'm showing you the stuff basically that didn't take much work and stuff is growing because last year I made the mistake of thinking I couldn't grow something because I didn't know how. Well, it was onions. I wasn't the seeds like didn't do that well. So my sister and my mom, they went and they got transplants and they just put them in the ground, and then they had these huge onion bulbs. And I was like, you know what? If you don't sow it, it can't grow. So I had to eat onions from their house. But this year, I sowed these onion seeds on, my grandma passed away, but on her birthday, I sowed them so to encourage me to try to keep them alive within the house. And I don't know if you can see them, but they are alive. They're real small, but it's like if you sow them, they'll grow kind of a thing. That's my hope. And they're not doing bad. Just give them time to grow and I'll keep giving you updates on them. Back here, you can see my tomato plant. There goes one. There's one in the corner right there. Like, there goes one behind, in front of the trellis right there. There goes another one. And so what I did was I cut back my flowers because last year there was this huge snake in my garden. Somewhere over there, I don't know. But after that, I was scared to have all the ground covered because I couldn't see if there was a snake. So I just did that to make sure that I could see in the garden bed. So I cut them down because right now my food is more important. Now I do want to say that I purchased these transplants. I have some growing inside. You guys have seen them probably, but I have some growing inside that I sowed. But since the gardening season started quite early in Ohio this year, I wanted to get some transplants so that I can get earlier harvest of tomatoes. So we got onions over here, tomatoes over here. Right here you'll see a little bit of, I think this one is my lemon thyme. I have a huge crop of winter savor over there. I can smell it from here. That I planted as a transplant a couple years ago. It has not gone away. Behind it is some more thyme. It's just regular thyme. And then right here, I had got this bed ready in the fall. And so right here, I've transplanted some celery because it can get sun. Like here's the south, this way is the south. So it can get sun pretty good over here, I believe. And those were transplants. So I bought them from an organic nursery. And then right here, these are from seed. So these are my peppers. I don't know which one is which because you already know. My 4-year-old, well, he was 3 at the time, but he's 4 now. He done what's it called? He mixed them up for me so I could guess. So I got them a little bit close together. I think they'll be fine with them being that close. I put a nice amount of fertilizer in there. I put a nice amount of, what is it called? Worm castings, fertilizer, like a granular fertilizer, and I put some blood meal in there. Back here I have peas growing up. Y'all seen I covered those up with the, like, not trellises, but just any kind of container I could find. I covered those, and because the year before in Ohio, the squirrels came and ate my pea seeds, so I didn't have any. But now these grew so much that it looks ridiculous. But hopefully it'll give me a bunch of peas. And they're all over the garden. You've seen that before. And I wanted to show you these because just like the winter sown, you see them? I see a little hole. So hopefully we don't have no worms or nothing. But this is broccoli. Take you back here, show you some more. Peas, lettuce. All these, this is from seed. So all the peas that were sown are from seed. So that's from seed. This is a transplant that is sage. It's a tangerine sage transplant. I just put that there yesterday from the garden nursery. And this is broccoli as well. So that's broccoli. This is probably the largest broccoli I got so far. But these were winter sown in the containers. Back there. Let me see. Yeah, back over there. And then I just placed them out. So they were strong. They were ready to go because they were winter sown. So I'm going to try that even more next year. Winter sown stuff. Let's see. These cucumbers, these are lemon cucumbers. I got one right here and one over here. And these were transplants, okay? The spinach, you see my spinach spinaching. It ain't bolted yet. I don't see any flowers yet. But those were transplants from the fall. So this is what I recommend for spinach because in Ohio, just the way the weather works, if you can put the transplants in the fall, I think that's better off for us. This is my cilantro, and it was a transplant as well. It's huge. But I sowed this in the fall, and it came like that. Lacinato, fall sown. Looks beautiful. Now these ones are collards, but they're bolting. So I'm gonna pull most of them out, but keep one for seeds. But they look really pretty. more peas. Those are sown from seed. And that's my point, is that I have a mix. My garden is a mix of, I don't know if you can see this right here, but there's some lettuce in there. That's from seed mixed up in there. These were little tiny bulb onions that I just stuck in the ground in the fall. And I just wanted you to see that there's a variety of ways that you can grow food, because I'm learning that myself. Now, guys, my tree needs to be, it's kind of tilted. And this is my peach tree. I got so many peaches last year. I don't think I'm gonna get that many this year, because I can see one right here, but there's not a lot. I had to pull some off last year. That's how many there were. But we had a freeze in a really weird time where it had just started flowering. And so then we had an immediate freeze. And so I think it caused the flowers to not come. So that, I think that means I'm probably not gonna get that many peaches this year. But we ate so many peaches last year. I think I had it on video, and there's a video that you can check out on my channel regarding the peach tree. But yeah, the peach tree is doing okay. I need to get it, I need to set this up a little better so it doesn't lean as much. But look right here. That is kale, guys. The kale is growing up in the soil underneath the peach tree. Curly kale. I just wanted you to see, because I had one of my garden containers that had kale in it over here. And so what did it do? It planted itself, because the seeds came out. So that one planted itself. Now over here, these are transplants. So I have a transplant here, here, and here. This is I think it's called like a gurkle, the little tiny cucumbers, sweet cucumbers. And these are spaghetti squash right here. My mom gave me that yesterday. So I worked some garden soil that I mixed up myself into my clay soil, so that it'd be a little bit softer for the roots, the plant roots to accept. And I wanted this to grow up a little bit higher before it hit the fence line, because my neighbor grows cucumbers as well. And then I grow the larger cucumbers too. And I didn't want the more fine vine to get, I wanted it to grow up a little higher and go a little higher on the fence line that we have. I don't want it to get swallowed up by the heavier vines. Look, it looks a little tired. It doesn't look perfect, but we have, I'm trying to see if that's fennel or if it's dill, one of the two, because I can't tell. Little sunflowers from the garden center, a transplant of pineapple tomatillo. From seed, that's a basil that I started from seed. Parsley and cilantro that I started from seed. I don't know if you can see them very well, but they're in there. And then lemon balm that I got as a transplant. So that is one of my herb. That's one of my herb containers. I'm really excited by that, because that's new back here this year. So really excited. And then right here is another herb container. This one has, let's see, oregano, started from seed. Rosemary, transplant. Is it marjoram? I think I'm saying it right. Marjoram, transplant. Lettuce from seed. And then we have our sunflower. I need to clean those flowers up, but yeah, really excited about those. So I already told you guys before, I don't really know how to do a garden tour in which you go over everything, because I've put so much back here. I don't really know how to do it all at one time. But I mean, it would probably take an hour, and I don't want to keep you guys for an hour. I just want to come outside and encourage somebody that transplants is what you buy from the nursery, that they started from seed. You buy them from them and you grow them up from there. That's what I would suggest for new gardeners that are starting like right now, because for instance, my onions right here, I started those January 11th on my grandma's birthday. And that's how big they are. Now, if I would have got them out earlier, or maybe fed them a little bit more fish emulsion and water and stuff like that, they might be a little bigger. So if I would have treated them a little better or something to that sort, they might look a little different maybe. Or if my weather was a little different, then they might be, you know, bigger. But they'll go throughout the summer, and I'm not worried about them because my sister did it, and she had huge bulbs. I'm not worried about them anyways because I learned last year, if you don't plant nothing, you grow nothing. Yes, let's say that again, like the preachers say, because it's Sunday. If you don't plant anything, if you don't sow a seed, you don't grow anything. So that's from seed too. But this is the broccoli, and the reason why it looks so strong and good, it is not a transplant. It is from seed that I grew here at the house. The reason why it's so strong is because it's winter sown. So it was out here in one of them containers, in one of those containers, ready to go for whenever the spring hit. So I just wanted to tell you guys that there's different ways that you can start your garden. You can mix and match like I did, because spring came quick. It was quicker than last year. Like, it didn't freeze. Okay, we did have the freeze that I talked about with the peach tree, but that was like earlier, maybe March, when the weather kept hitting 70, so it told it to flower, and then it froze after that. It kept freezing. But then sometimes like early May we'll have another freeze, and we didn't. So it was like early May you could go out and plant in Ohio. So I just wanted to encourage you guys that there's different ways that you can grow your own food. Here goes some blueberries. I bought those a year or so ago. But anyways, there's different ways that you can grow your food, whichever way you can. There's different styles: raised beds, in garden. This one is kind of not really a raised bed, but it has a little border around it. In the containers, let me see, there's some containers over here. Oh, before I let you go, because I am going, before I let you go, I wanted to show you this as well. So all this, you can kind of see it. I don't want to pull up everything because, you know, those little white butterflies will get on my plants and then I can't. Then they'll eat them before I can. Okay, before I let you go, I got this from Miss Renee at Renee's Garden, and she just uses the mesh from the Dollar Tree to cover up her little goodies that the little white butterflies like to eat. So I have in here mustard greens, collard greens, let me think, Kamatsuna greens, and is there any kale? I don't know if there's any kale in here, but let me show you what some of them look like. Give me 1 second. Here it comes. Okay, so here goes 2 different leaves. Okay, so right here, oops, can you see? Okay, so right here, these are Kamatsuna greens. They're beautiful. Look at my hand. Look at the greens. They're huge. These, of course, these are collards, so they get way bigger. But look how beautiful they are. I think I broke this one just from bending it. The mustard, let me show you what the mustard looked like, and I'm gonna close them up because I do not play about keeping these covered. Okay, let's see. There they go, mustard greens. Really pretty. So anyways, just want to show you that you can grow food in different ways. I have some seeds I sowed over here to grow some okra, and I don't think anything's really come up too much yet. I see some little seedlings over here, but I don't know if that's weeds or the actual seeds because I use some of the garden soil. But okra in these little ones, and then I got melons and cucumbers and stuff over here. Some more chives and stuff that I can put out, and maybe some onion transplants. But just want to encourage everybody that grow how you can, grow what you can, and just learn as you go, learn as you grow. But Like if you come back and check out the channel, I'm going to show you some things that I'm doing, but you can check out other channels as well. The Bull's Garden, oh my goodness, he grows everything. Broke Farmer, Lead Farmer, if you want some motivational gardening. But there's just so many people and so many, there's no reason why we shouldn't be growing our food, because we already know they spray it with so much stuff. If we want to eat actual food, then we better grow some of it. So thank you guys for hanging out with me for this time. Thank you for taking a little peek at my garden. I'm gonna keep cleaning it up so it looks better and better for you guys and for myself. And I'm gonna keep growing food by transplants or by seed. Again, this is Eve with BlackYard Gardens. Thanks for growing up with me. Love you guys. And I'm out.